Well, thank you very much there to the desk. Ended on dolphin noises, Henry. What do you make of that?
I like that. It's a good analogy, I think, considering that it's kind of the noise I'm hearing in the back. It's like, that's what I like.
Carries well underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Can communicate with other mammals down there. Yeah, they're supposed to be intelligent too, dolphins. So.
Yeah, I would imagine so. There's a few other facts to know about dolphins, but we'll move on.
Okay.
We are going to have Nuke next, which doesn't bode as well for complexity, but they were one of the few teams that came close to beating Astralis on this map in a best of one. I think it was back at the London Major. Maybe something else I'm thinking of. They're a good team. I know they can play at least. Rushing ramp. Alex will get the first kill. Obo goes down. Oh, the team kill comes in, but they're pulling some frags back now. 3 versus 1 def. Pretty handy with the pistol, but I don't think we'll be finding a bunch with this.
That was really aggressive, wasn't it? A little bit chaos in the middle of all of that. I think Complexity technically had the positions. I just think they weren't mentally ready for things to be moving that quickly. It really looked to me like they were in all right positions for it. They just couldn't react. So, Vitality picking up well. I would say they have a good shot, Vitality, of taking Nuke.
Spine response. We are going to see the scouts come out of the CZs. Dust 2, this is very possible. Nuke, not so much, Anders. Like, this is one of those rounds where unless you get a quick kill with the scout or at least some damage, I don't think there's much chance. But the smoke helps them out. Shazam has bought them some time, but I feel like the Molotov deep, they'll just push through this. They know they can challenge that angle together. He hasn't got the firepower to really do much about it. And they'll just fall back. This is nice from Vitality. Just showing a lot of presence towards lower. He's going to force a lot of rotations. And they're going back in towards main entrance. Ricky, 5-7. He'll get one. Oh, and a second. I like that. It's all falling apart. Ricky's done so well here. Oh, my goodness. Well, there you have it. The force buy does work out. They keep 4 players alive. Perfect.
And a shout out to the 5-7 that we don't see nearly enough. That was amazing. I mean, that corner is pretty regularly Molotov from the squeak door. I don't know if the player there had a Molotov. I wasn't quick enough to see that. But we're still waiting on the smoke replay from the earlier Nuke, Henry. So I won't ask for more. We'll keep it cool for now.
We've had enough replays today.
No. We're just
getting started.
We'll get that one out the way, and then we'll figure it out. Third round coming up here. Yeah, a little bit of damage exchanged. But Ricky, he just absolutely took that round back. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, the 5-7. We don't see many massive moments from it these days, but Ricky, he really is showing us what he's made of. Like, I'm so impressed of his return to form in this rifle role. Like, I wasn't super impressed of it earlier in the year, but this has been convincing throughout this tournament. Alex will get a kill on death, or at least I think he will. There it is. 4-on-2. This doesn't look like this force buy is going to work out for them whatsoever. Alex, RPK, MP9, PT50. Mirage is third, remember.
Wow.
What a shot, Alex. Oh my god. Close the door. Yeah, you've got a chance to win this now. RPK might have stolen the round away, Anders. They've got an AK.
Stealing it right back on
there. They're flashing each other. Oh, it's Obo.
It's Obo.
It's Nuke's confusing sometimes.
Well, he's going to open up the door right away. He has to almost just go for this one. Like, has to be a little bit crazy. Spending a lot of time. They're going to get into pretty good positions here. Now flanking him through RPK with 2 kills of the P250 and then setting his team up for this kind of a victory. And they're going to get the kill on RPK with a triple.
I don't even know how to explain that.
Like, they got robbed, didn't they?
Yeah, it was, what, 4-on-2 with an MP9 and a P250. And somehow, some way, RPK... We need to replay that, that's for sure. Let's get the replay team focusing, get off them off the smoke for now. Let's go back to the action. Look at that P250 play towards Squeaky Door. That was godlike.
Yeah, really out of control.
Yeah, P250's decent for a kill, but like a double kill, like, and especially that second play, I think he had full health. He just absolutely rinsed him. They will force buy back. The war of attrition continues.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it's going to put so much pressure back on Complexity. They probably thought they had like a little bit of a, time to rest and just get into this second map, but RPK making sure the pressure is going to stay on them here. Round number 4 starting out. It's UMP, it's that 5-7 back on Ricky, it's the Max 7 and the MP9. Just got everything. Good bit of diversity in the weaponry. Setting up the AUG, I think that's a great position to have the AUG in. He could maybe do a lot. I think they're actually walking his way. There might be a chance. Maybe for Shazam. Oh, he's getting close. Unscoped. They're all right in front of him. This is going to be really impossible. Yeah, he goes down. Oh, if he had waited... I mean, he couldn't have known that, but if he'd waited scoped up like that, might have been a big chance for a kill and a quick escape.
Well, this could be a very difficult round now. Apex lurking towards low up. Alex with the second frag, then a flurry of them fly in. It's going to leave poor old Obo with a 1-on-4 situation. He's only got a UMP. Remember, you can see, thank you for bringing up the money. You can see it's actually going to affect them dramatically. It'll be a 3-1 lead for Vitality.
Oh.
A full eco coming up next. And down he goes. MBK seals the deal. Should be 4-1. You can't really do much of this at all. You're going to have to take this full eco. You can't really invest anything. Like maybe Obo on 3k can get a deagle, but is it worth it?
I mean, it's unlikely you're going to find... You'd have to rotate around a lot, you know? Like, get one in yard, run somewhere else, pick up another one. It has to be sort of like a very dynamic round. He does get the deagle, so it wouldn't be... it would be fun to see if he could be very sort of... Yeah, a little bit mobile with it. I feel like standing still and waiting for a long time, that probably is not going to be the answer, in my opinion. He does have it inside of the A-bomb site, so Vitality already probably thinking there are no grenades at all. I mean, they probably could guess some of the economy anyway, but just the fact that there nothing happens like this, that's a big tell already. And a great start for Vitality here on the second map.
Well, they had to work for it, right? 4-on-2 when you're on eco, they won the round. Like, it's not like they were gifted this. RPK, we've been saying he's been a little bit quiet this tournament, but that was probably one of the most important rounds he's had so far here in London.
Yeah, that was wild, wasn't it? Sneaking in, catching Death back in CT spawn. He had a USP as well, so hard to imagine how much could happen. Damage, a lot of damage, 99 in fact, on Saiwu. That deagle's still in there, but the bomb has made its way down lower, so they've got a big stack against not really that much. They're going to find out pretty soon that that the clockers run out. When those windows go, you know.
That's when you know.
That's the big tell, isn't it? It even says you're only supposed to break them in case of emergencies. So
well,
kind of violating some of that.
Yeah. This is okay.
Yeah, does the count? Got to get the job done.
One way or the other.
I mean, I guess the police have technically shown up. I don't know if it's stopping window
I
breaking.
think all the rules go out the window at that point, to be honest. Oh, there it is. Clean finish. Only giving away 1 kill. Zaiwu on 1. RPK at 50, so they came close to getting a couple more, but not quite. By next round, will still be... They're only going to get $2,400. So you can see they're all about 2k right now, so the AWP's not really possible. I suppose it is. Obo will have, like, pretty much exactly enough. But I don't think he'll be buying it. They're going to have a really laboured round going forward. It's going to be 4-1 Vitality and a difficult gun run up next for Complexity. But just joining us, this could be the final map of the evening. Vitality just about got their way through Dust 2 after winning another eco. But it was Complexity's game. I'm not even going to have anyone refute that because Complexity had that, it was done. In my opinion, it looked like they had it.
That B push was
and
huge.
then that eco win with the scout and everything like that, it just wrecked their game. They had no money after that. They couldn't get back into it. So yeah, it was Vitality winning 16-13 on Dust 2. And now moving on to Nuke. Complexity find himself 4-1 down. As I said, it should be a pretty weak buy. They've got 5 rifles, no kits, no incendiaries. If I'm Vitality right now, I'm like doing a fast play towards up at something like that. As I will head towards outside. If they don't have incendiaries, you can read that. Like, you should be taking advantage of some upper presence with some crazy flashbangs and knowing you can't be Molotov'd out of position. But that will slow it right down.
It is a really powerful way. Like, it's so hard. Even when we have the rifles, it's almost like that isn't the defining factor. You're just going to have a hard time.
There's some really cool flashbangs. We saw Astralis doing them earlier. There's some crazy flashbangs with Skylights right away with Molotovs on the hut as well. You combine those together when they've got no incendiaries. That's such a potent combination. What have we got here? Outside smokes. Like I said, we've been talking about this all day. You don't necessarily have to do the same play each time off the smokes. They got to send 2 players down there. Ricky. Oh yeah, don't want to extinguish that. This gives up your position. You don't have to extinguish it. So he wants to play the long game, go for a kill here. It doesn't work out for him. Apex is on fire right now. Great shots.
There's Shazam and Alex right next to each other. Shazam gonna get the kill. Really good follow-up here from Obo, but...
That's the moment you bail out on that first kill.
Yeah, I think he, you know, he got the damage in, but then the crate was sort of blocking him, and now Sick goes down, caught in the middle of the bomb site. That's maybe a little bit careless. It's gonna be 2 versus 3 with the bomb down.
They got a smoke, and they got 2 Molotovs as well. Smoke, Molotov, they bought themselves a good 10 seconds there towards ramp, where nothing can really be done. They have no kits, remember. They can't afford to wait. If they Molotov towards ramp again, they're in a lot of trouble. Is the Molotov coming through? They'll stick together for now, and this will give up complexity position. You better hope you throw this in the right place, Dev. No one there. They're making noise. They can't really be silent. No kits. Zywoo gets another. That's his second of the round, and Dev, I think he knows he can't win this at this stage. His bombs is getting too far gone, and he has no smoke. He has no chance, and lower bomb site is a nightmare at the best of times. They're going to have $2,900 per player in the next round. They fully invested in this one. This is where things become really intense. They're going to have to take another eco afterwards. 5-1 down on the CT side.
And I think we're seeing some of these things. I mean, like, sort of Obo in the ramp is one thing, but then it's almost like Sick doesn't have, like, a good internal memory of the timing that it takes for them to get down there. So he's sort of like, you know, I'm sure he wanted the setup to get ready for it or something like that, but that was a kind of that was a 3 versus 2 that they gave up there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that today. And indeed, the eco will come through. Dev saves the AUG, but they're still averaging around $3,000.
They are in a lot of trouble right now. Door does get blown open, and we'll see if they could do anything here. The 1 AUG, a couple of upgraded pistols, but it is not much to work with, is it? A little bit of shot coming through. That was outside. Apex winning the fight with Def, who was, I think, trying to lurk around the smoke for at least a while. Looks like it could be a push-out squeak with a lot of people. Again, they kind of know that there's not much that... Oh,
hello.
Well, hold on there.
Here we
Shazam picking up the kill, too.
We're off.
Pistols have done it.
The 2 rounds they've won.
There's
oh, wait.
Guy right behind him. He's going to get knifed.
I was about to say, what's going on? I was trying to work out. We was up on the radar.
I just said, there's not much stopping, and then boom, 3 kills.
The 2 rounds they've won so far have both been ecos. You know, well,
yeah.
Forced buy in the second round, and then the partial buy there. They are yet to win a round on the guns, but it's still early days here. It's not the end of the world. Just pointing it out. But that's going to help them out. They've got another buy in hand now. So that's huge. Vitality be kicking themselves. That was a prime chance to really get an assertive lead. Smokes again outside. Apex going to be the one to challenge, and Shazam, he's going to hit this. Oh, the flash. He gets away. Apex was flash too, I assume.
Yep, everybody was flash, but he needs help right now, Apex. They need to commit to this, try and save Apex, or it's not going to work out. And yeah, I think they were sort of getting ready for it. A couple of people, actually a lot of people showing up. Practically the whole team showing up to help them, but they were just like 3 seconds late. Man, that's a big kill there. I do love the aggression from Shazam, though. I like that kind of a play. And he's great with the AWP, so you don't really want to question that too much, I think, but a little bit of backup a little bit earlier would have been amazing. Obo here in a position where he needs to get just 1 kill and get away. Can't really stay and fight. He's going to get it, but he can't actually make it back around the corner. Did try, so Def goes down in the meantime. And Sick and Ricky, 2 versus 4.
Yeah, things not getting any better for them. Just when they get around, win another pistol situation, you'd think, oh, that'll be enough. That will get them back in it, but they get absolutely trounced the next round again. Sick and Ricky, no choice but to save their weapons. It's going to be 6-2, and we're getting to that point now where we can start to have the conversation about complexity, not being able to get past Nuke yet.
Yeah, well, I think... Ooh. Oh no!
Especially now,
they lose absolutely everything.
They do have decent money. Remember, they won the partial buy before, so there is a decent amount of residual cash, but it's not amazing. Like, you still got 2 players sub 3K, 3 of them in fact. So I think it's going to be more of the same partial buys. They've been great at these pistols, Anders. That's all I'm going to say. So maybe there's a chance.
I think if you're complexity, I mean, think about the fact that you've made it, you know, this far in to play this best of 3. I think that in itself is kind of that's a cool storyline already, in my opinion. But it's these best of 3s, right? Like that's the next, in my opinion, the next building block for complexities. Like, how do you build a map pool that's deep enough that you're going to get at least 1 favorable map that you feel really good about, that maybe the other team doesn't, right? That would be the next level to try and get to. I'd say that's probably going to take a little bit of time to build still. 6-2, and round number 9 about to come up here. MBK did get caught by surprise, and I think he's the only one here. So yeah, backing off is a good idea. Don't want to stick around too long for that.
It's always quite scary, Complexity, to have these pistols. It always seems they sneak their way into strong positions at the perfect time.
Wow.
There's the first kill again. There's a reply. So it's not going to snowball just yet. Oh dear.
Did he get blocked by 6?
It doesn't seem like they kind of don't look as assertive in these rounds. It's weird, and they just drop off one by one. I don't know how it keeps happening. Just do it. Just run a set piece if you know they've got pistols. Let's start doing that, shall we? Because the defaults just aren't working. You're getting 1D every time.
Yeah, spreading yourselves out thinly. You're out in the open in the yard. If anybody looks the wrong way, I mean,
so many angles, so many nooks and crannies to check. Right? Like, let's run a set piece from now on. When we know the Rico, let's agree we're just going to rush up with. Well, smokes, flashes, Molotovs, everything, get out together.
I bet, Henry, if you shouted down at the stage, they could hear you, maybe. You could try and give them that advice.
There's a lot. They won 3 rounds now. The only 3 rounds they've got, all with pistols.
Yeah.
Maybe just play Deagle armor every round.
All right, that's the idea. So Vitality, set pieces, complexity, stay on the pistols.
Stay on those Deagles, man. It's working.
I think so he snuck through the smoke. I think Sick blocked him. I mean, not obviously intentionally, but I think they sort of bumped into each other inside of the smoke, and he couldn't get out. It worked out fine anyway, so let's not belabor the point. So stay here.
Get a replay ready.
Get a replay.
Illustrate your point.
Of the smoke of that previous Nuke map. We've got a vote on
There is
Twitter.
a live vote going on Twitter, Anders' Twitter right now.
The community wants it, I'm just saying.
And they are angry. They want the replay.
I'm not trying to start some kind of revolution here, I'm just saying.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Oh, that was
he survives
scary.
this, I'll be impressed. I think he's got out. First gun round for Complexity on the cards here. Not if Apex has anything to do with it. 3 kills out of nowhere. Vitality pulling it back. Shazam, Secret Steps, Oboe, top of heaven. There's a Molotov that's got his name on it, though. We'll see if it comes into play. It's MBK that has in towards lobby right now. Oh, it's Sendry. That's going to give up his spot. Nice idea, but the bomb's already gone down. So RPK takes a bit of damage, sure. MBK really wants to get that Molotov towards heaven if he can. There it comes. Perfect. You can't extinguish it. Don't do it. Do not extinguish that. There you go. He was thinking about it, Anders. You could see it. Yep. I think his teammates are shouting, don't.
Yeah, it's just going to buy them even more time. They have another Molotov there, and Shazam, they're going to throw it down Redfern. Oh, it's a little bit too far, otherwise that would have been perfect. That might backfire. No, they're going to check it anyway. Smart play from Oboe, and it's going to be the spray coming through. Shazam to pick it up. And you're absolutely right, Henry. Those extra seconds could have really bit them. I'm so excited that they checked that corner in spite of the fact that they'd thrown the Molotov, because that would have been such an easy mistake to make. You think it's fine, we've got it, we've Molotoved it.
Yeah. It was done. That was touch and go. If Oboe threw that smoke, I'm pretty sure they lose that round. But he was calm. Whoever shouted to him, don't throw it, respect on that team. Yeah, this is his first tournament. Remember, he's 15 years old. Crazy talent, but he's going to have to be kind of molded into a top player. There's a lot of players out there that have that talent, and once they join a top team, that's when you see the most out of them. You see them maybe not have as many crazy moments, but they're playing better CS generally, right?
If they somehow made it through this match complexity, then that's the Shazam we love, isn't it?
That's great.
That kind of a
They're back on their feet now.
Yeah. That could have been it, couldn't it? RPK, though. And RPK is very low on health. Sick will take him down. Still a 2-on-4, and it is looking good right now for complexity. Now they need to take a deep breath, and they're actually sneaking up behind here. I think Apex is about to get shot in the... Oh, yeah, it's close by anyway. Ricky coming in a little bit late. Apex getting that kill. He's way out in the middle of nowhere. And that'll be it. I was going to say, Henry, if they do make it to the stage in front of the crowd...
Yep.
What an experience that would be for Oboe.
It would be an overwhelming one, I think.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he's on the stage right now, just to be clear, but obviously it's an empty stadium right now, right? So it's a very different vibe when you've got the crowd. To be fair, they've got Def on their team, so the crowd here would be quite forgiving. I feel like they'd be on their side, but
think about how much the game changed.
Yeah, it does.
Footsteps,
you know, the sound of us bellowing through. You can you can feel that on your body, the bass almost as well. It's a very different environment.
You have to be prepared for people sometimes rushing much further than they normally would because you can't really hear them, so they take advantage of. There's so many little tricks on playing on land like that are really easily overlooked. So that'd be amazing. Oh, follow-up grenade will do it. Ricky and Oboe combining with 2 grenades to pick up that kill. Well, Henry, what do you make of this? You've got a new player on your team, talented obviously, Oh, hold on. We can see a bit of a spray down. Oh, that's going to be the one. Bomb made his way down, so I guess they're committed to it.
Might as well go for the plant here. RPK will do what he can. The tank is in position. Deploying the payload. Successful.
Nicely done. You have this new young kid on your team, 15.
Yep.
And you make him play ramp on Nuke.
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
You want your fastest aimers, the player with the fastest reaction times. He's going to have headshots only available to him. He's got to be willing to fight and have the skill to back it up. So I don't mind it too much. It's not like the worst roles are ones you have to be caught in transition, right? You're like the backup player of B or Inferno. You've got to know from your comms, your teammates, where to be and how to back people up. Ramp, it's a very solo, lonely experience. You're just there. Most of the 80% of the half, you're by yourself and you're not playing for kills. You're just going for maybe one and dropping down. Occasionally an AWP will rotate out with you, but if you just need someone who's just going to focus on one job, that's fine by me. It's not necessarily a high pressure role. It just has to be played very correctly. You need to be patient and not overstep the mark.
I do feel like there's just so much riding on it,
oh yeah, absolutely. If he oversteps that said mark, then it can be very problematic. But I'm sure he's a smart kid and he can work it out.
Trial by fire kind of thing then.
Exactly.
We've got going on. Well, I don't mind it. 6 versus 6 round. 6 for 6 at the scoreline, and 13th round coming up. Complexity kind of making a comeback after winning a bunch of pistols and weird rounds all around. We'll see if the game is going to stabilize a little bit here. I think even if Complexity get the next 3 in a row and it's 9-6, I think Vitality are going to be just fine anyway. I think they're going to be having a good time of it here on Nuke. So I would say Complexity, yeah, they're really the ones that need to buckle up and get back in the game. They did lose map number 1 as well. Complexity forced really far back.
I'm impressed from Complexity. The fact they've won, 4 rounds of Deagles and PT50s, and now they've actually tied things up. They could come back with 9-6 half, and that wouldn't be too bad. That's recoverable. Yeah, it's taken a lot, but they've got here.
Nobody on the hut to receive that Molotov. Ricky showing up there. A lot of flashbangs going to land on him. Sicky might be very lonely. Def with the flank, though. Every second counts, and Ricky sneaking in to get that kill on NBK. Now, where's that flank going to be going? They're low on health. The bomb making its way down. Oh, nice shot from Alex. But here's it. Here it is. Yep, Def. Oh, no, he's scoped up. I think you heard it. Alex still goes down. This round is all over the place. Yeah,
but it's Complexity with the man advantage at least. Bomb goes down, and Zai will tie things up. RBK looked like he was dead for sure. Somehow they've got the man advantage now to be a 3-on-2. Apex and RPK low, and CT's not going to go for it. That round was back and forth. Difficult to really keep up with all the different narratives that were kind of unfolding in front of our eyes. And it will be Def and Sick with no choice but to fall back. Their money is weak again. They don't have the loss bonus. They will have a buy with these 2 saved weapons, but still frustrating one to give out considering the great start they had. The opening kill, knew they were down lower, but they're sending some absolutely insane shots. Vitality bring it back. RPK from the bomb plant position. How he killed that player towards ramp, I'll never know. It looked like Ricky had him dead to rights. Really good the first. But this was a shot from Alex. That was brilliant. He took down the AWP there.
Yeah, that was critical, wasn't it?
Indeed.
I don't know. There was a lot to try and cover in that round. That was fights happening absolutely everywhere. You're right, Henry. Though they do put together a buy in spite of the fact that it was kind of close.
Yeah, and that's why they save it. They're looking at the bigger picture. Probably not going to win that round. If you save these weapons, you actually have a buy going forward. So yeah, not the most satisfying, but sometimes got to be done. I assume so. It's a wallbang at least.
No.
I think it's through the door towards, through the edge of the door towards main entrance, I assume. But Def pulls it back. He's had a great showing today.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And, honestly, not just getting the kills, but then doing the in-game leading as well.
You're right. He hasn't seemed to have dropped off in terms of form. I haven't noticed anything different in his play. If anything, it's just been a good day for him, I would say. So, Complexity narrowly missing out on the first map.
Now, what is Apex doing? I've heard less screaming. That's disappointing. But he's made his way onto the garage.
It hasn't been the same sort of electrifying game as Dust2. Dust2 just brings out the best in everyone, I think, in that department. RPK seems to be enjoying himself, though. He'll take down the aforementioned Def.
Oh, Apex. If he sneaks up, but that's what they're waiting for. They're just all waiting for Apex, right? I'm pretty sure about it. Yep. He's getting the sneak in. Shazam, not seeing anyone. Oh, he does get Alex, and now Apex gets caught. What Oh, it's right at the end, isn't it? If he'd made his way around the corner, all those people waiting down on the low ground would have run right onto the bomb site. It would have been perfect. It might not be over yet, though. A little bit of trouble planting that bomb. RPK and Saiwu have to hold on to this one. And if they steal this round away, that would be massive. Saiwu gets one. Amazing follow-up, but up on the high ground. He misses the chance, but Shazam is left. And now it's a one-on-one. Smoke goes up. Saiwu on the other side. He's got the pistol out instead of the AWP, hiding inside of the smoke.
I love it.
Nobody knows where they are. He's going to try and defuse. Knife us out, and Saiwu double orb into a knife to steal that round.
That's such a sick play from Saiwu. I was waiting for one of those from him in this game. On Nuke, I should say. Plenty on Dust 2. And there it is. He delivers. 2 great shots to the AWP. Like you thought the third was locked in. He missed that one, but makes up for it. Really intelligent play. He saw the smoke coming in, uses smoke to actually get close to the bomb, sits in it, waits for the flashbang, and once he knows where it's planted, a couple of slashes, nails both of them, and job done. Final rounds. Yeah, pistols again, so Complexity take 8-7.
That was a sort of you're locked in here with me kind of moment.
Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. So, like I said, pistols have been very good for them. They're probably going to win this one, no problem. There's the first.
Oh. Using all the bullets on the walls?
Yeah, why not?
Been a follow-up there, but it looks like Vitality have been immunized against the pistols.
Yeah, finally. I think that if they win this game, I feel like they definitely need to have a chat about how they're operating on the T side when they're up against Ecos. It seems like they throw all strategy out the window and just default flat out across the map and get picked off. There it is, 9-6, I beg your pardon. It's Vitality with the lead. Will they be able to find the 2-0 and call it a night? You'll have to find out after this break.
Introducing the ECS Premium Pass. The unique viewing experience allows you to get further into the action. It enables you to focus on any player within the game and even the ECS Official Observer. Subscribers will have access to interactive HUD, detailed statistics on all players and an improved minimap, and much more. All Faceit TV Twitch subscribers will receive full access to 11 additional streams for the ultimate CS viewing experience. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now for only $4.99 and watch CS the way you want to.
Would you rather stay? I watch you be and slowly walk away. I would rather leave. I'll take your heart and wipe it off your sleeve.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, coming back with a close-up there of RPK, who had a really tremendous round there with the P250 in the first half. Now, second half going to be coming up. We've got Vitality and Complexity playing, and it's the second map here in the best of 3, but you never know how this could unfold.
Absolutely true. Pistol round holds a lot of weight behind it. Vitality up 9-6, but now they're on the CT side, so that does suggest their T campaign was very, very good indeed. They win the pistol, I would say they're locked in with this 2-0, but it's never normally that simple. I can say what should happen doesn't necessarily equate to what will actually happen. Alex detects a few towards ramp, as we said. As soon as you spot that information, you fall down, but in the meanwhile, There's a couple of kills there for Complexity. Def and Ricky chiming in. RPK pulls one back. He'll drop Def. And there's a massive advantage here for Complexity. They're heading back towards Upper. Zai was not ready for it. He can't recover in time. He gets one. RPK is going to have to do something tremendous at this point. He pushes in towards Lobby, going for the backstab. He'll make his way towards Hut. Alex is at the vents. And he spotted one. RPK can't find the shot just yet. Alex certainly can. Both players on the bomb site. RPK finds the first. Shazam in the 1 versus 1 against Alex here. No players have utility at all. Alex gets himself on the hut. The battle begins at this point, but Shazam is clinical. He'll take the head off of Alex and find Complexity a must-win pistol. That is huge, Anders.
Do you get sort of an urge, Henry, to say Shazam instead of... Is that just me?
Maybe just you. It didn't cross my mind just then.
Well,
but
now,
I do like it.
Now that I've said it, we've now you won't be able to stop thinking about it. It's been really haunting me for years. And
I don't think I'll get to that level, but
I wake up in the night and I just think,
no.
I shouldn't need to do it.
Shazam.
Feels
Force
right.
from the CTs, just to know.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay, what is happening? Okay, there's kills everywhere, and Apex has brought it to a 2-on-2.
Can we get replays already? Apex pushing back in and gets taken down by Def. I absolutely have no idea what just happened.
They just collapsed towards a lobby.
I feel like it's our job as well, Henry, to try and figure out what's going on. But
He needs to get that MP7, I would say. At least an upgraded pistol. That would
that
help.
round started with a team kill.
Yeah, it was all sorts of crazy.
Don't get many team kill entries these days.
Well, Zywo doesn't have armor, but he does have a chance. He smoked off the bomb, and he knows that smoke's going to cause some complications for the T side. So he's not going to sit there and watch the bomb itself. Oh, this is smart. They're going to assume he's ramp room. They might just rush in towards upper here. What's their play?
They got so much time.
They're going outside? Okay. Difficult to tell the extra. They are going outside. Zywo will hear this though from his position, but they are walking at this stage. So good work by them to slow things right down. Now you've lost track of Zywo completely.
Yeah, they really have no idea. If they come back through Mini, he could be in a great position. He has a Molotov, so...
Oh, he might have owned this. Oh, they went for main entrance. I think he had it done, but
it's so
they
intense,
have to go
isn't
upper
it?
at least. That's something.
They're going to have low time, that Molotov. If he's down here, if they only have 10 seconds and he Molotovs behind it, there are some options here. No, he's going to do that. That'll give a little bit away. They might hear that.
They can't go lower anymore.
No, they can't. He's got the scout. No,
Oh, no,
no, he's back out.
So much potential.
Oh, the timing.
Yeah, he did a really good job to even get in that position. They had no idea. Like, it's not like he did anything wrong. He had no idea. That was a like clean team kill.
Maybe
That was a legit team kill.
Hold on. Can we see that again?
Can we have another replay of that?
I really want... I think he was getting blocked by him, and he said, get out the way, you know?
Just domed him. All right, well, it's going to be 9-9. This is the Eco.
4
HGs. I'm not that excited about them. Like, Inferno, sure. Like, outside Nuke, you maybe get one. But then, like, because they know 4 of you are there, they're just going to spray you all down straight after.
You don't see it work very often, it's true. But it's sort of it's like, you know, buying those lottery tickets again, Henry. You know you're not going to win. It won't happen. But
Sure.
it's like, yeah,
You never know. There's always a chance.
So far, the grenades have done 3, 4, and 8 damage to different players. So we're working with something.
Not much, but something.
One step at a time and all that. All the things people say. One grenade left. And sick. Just sneaking its way all the way through. Could be dangerous even against the USP. In fact, it is.
Yeah, that's not the best, but fine still. They're going to win the round regardless, I would say.
Be careful, Henry.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put myself out there and say this is a lock-in.
Okay. Well, let's just find out. Ricky going to get overrun by RPK. Obo does a good job. Apex with one more. And hearing some heavy breathing happening on the other side. Obo, though, he might have your back here. He's got the quad kill. He's thinking about you right now, Henry. He wants to make sure you're doing well. Alex, on the other hand, that's going to be one, and the saved HE going to land right on top.
Oh no! That would have killed him, I think. Maybe not quite, but he's got a chance here. Mac 10. Oh, it's enough. They've won it. I'll take it all back. I hate myself.
You can't take it back, Henry.
I can't.
We've got it on the replay.
Oh,
Can we get a replay?
No, replay operator, delete it, please. don't let me down like this. Not the full eco victory. No, not the HEs and the USPs.
I can't believe
It hurts me more than it does hurt them, I think.
Oh,
I even announced, I'm putting myself out there. It's got to be a win.
that's just absolutely amazing.
And it's actually happened. Well, to be fair, Complexity, they probably deserve one of those. Like, they gave out, what, 3 eco victories in the first half, so it's about time. Maybe they can respond. We'll see.
I really can't believe it. I'm expecting some news story sites to pick this up. Famous Counter-Strike caster, you know, shown to be horribly inept.
Doesn't know what's going on. Suggested this round.
I love, like, you know, one of those, like, candid shots of you, like, in private, like, they're taking it through your window and it says, like, Henry G exposed. Just full-on tabloid.
I just knew as soon as like that kill from the BD50 came, and I was like, oh, here we go. Here it comes.
Maybe they could bring it back, though. Maybe it's not over yet. Oh, boss.
Yeah, this will cancel it out, right? If they win this
No,
one.
it's not going to cancel it out,
no,
Henry.
all right, fair enough.
But I appreciate you trying anyway. I think
You
it's...
got to try every trick in the book.
Yeah, got to get that done. Smoke is up, 4 versus 3 still. Vitality. Oh, that's very clean for Apex. But he does go down to
He likes it
second
dirty
kill.
as well.
He does apparently. I was hoping we'd get like all the. Oh, okay.
Hello.
That's a new one.
I thought that second one was about to connect. That would have been so nuts. Lovely first shot, and unfortunately, doesn't work out for them. That was the eco, though. They do have enough to buy. Should say that. Vitality. Oof. They had a rough one yesterday. Looking to bounce back and book themselves a place in the playoffs. They're in a good position to do so. Complexity are closing the gap somewhat, but remember they're mapped down on the US side. Vitality,
Yeah.
the 11-8 lead on the CT forces as well. All signs point to them getting the 2-0, but the way the games have gone today, like, who the hell knows?
Yeah, I feel like it's becoming very hard to predict really anything about what's going on. There's just so many upsets. I mean, Complexity, you know, winning earlier in the day, that in itself was truly crazy. Taking down MIBR, and then obviously Furia taking down Charles. That might just be... It's almost too much to even think about. But it did happen, and if you missed that game, you must go back and watch it. Great position for RPK, even repositioning a bit, and now following off. Oh, that's dangerous. The bomb is picked up again, and now we've got a 3-on-3, missing the ladder a little bit there. They got to be careful. There are a couple of grenades here, but they're just rushing in. No care at all in the world. Charging all the way up on the rafters, and they did not expect it. Now Def down at the low ground, picks up one and tries to continue, but it won't happen. He did get the triple, but they're going to lose the round here. Alex with the double, switching up for the AWP and goes to defuse the bomb. That's 12 rounds on the board now for Vitality.
Comes right down to the wire, but Vitality win another very important round, that's for sure. It is going to be 12-8 now. Money not really there for Complexity either. It's going to have to be another partial buy. I would say Hero OK for Death might be the correct call here. Some Deagle's armor, 1 AK. That's what I'd be leaning towards right now.
Yeah, well, they've put the pressure on Vitality's economy, right? So now's the time, probably. I would agree.
Scouts for Def instead. And a Mac 10 for Sick. Suggests something quite fast here. Gonna be shooting at the windows.
Do you remember when Snacks figured out how to throw that smoke from T-spawn
Yes, it was
to
nuts,
heaven? I don't think you do it anymore. I've tried for like 5 hours.
Good use of your time.
Excellent. Didn't even get it. Oh, Sick, he's down. Oh, but he's gonna get caught. NBK. That's when you know a team's communicating pretty well. Like, that's a heads-up play right there. And they're all going to get shut down. If the bomb goes down, it's just so different because then you have to try and get to B while not knowing how many Ts are left behind that you have to sort of worry about. So that bomb plant is actually pretty critical.
Well, so is the situation generally for Complexity. You're going to be 13-8 down after this one. T side, they will have money. But this round is an absolute non-starter for them. Def going down momentarily. And now just Ricky. He's been great with the pistols, but DAY2 too fast for him. 13-8, as I said, money's there.
Yeah.
But there's a buy in hand for Vitality as well, so difficult times ahead for Complexity.
Truly, they're 3 rounds away from losing the map here and obviously getting knocked out. Which would put Vitality on. Who would they be facing tomorrow? I can't figure it out.
Who's left? North, NRG,
Furia, obviously.
Furia. Anyone else?
That's
it,
3.
right?
So we need 2 semifinals. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
With Vitality too.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we figured it out.
I think we worked it out. Yeah, pretty good
Used
job.
logic and reasoning to get our way there. I'm kind of proud of the fact that we did that.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. To be honest, like I suck at that stuff. My short-term memory is so bad. So when everyone asks me, "Oh, what happened in this morning's game?" It's like, "Oh,
Hold on."
let me check." I casted that one, right? Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, outside we go. 4 players there for Complexity. Apex with the shuffle grenade and actually gets a kill through the smoke. If he survives, that's a great pick. Nice shot from Obo as well. He really is showing us the skill he possesses. 19 kills at the very top of the scoreboard. More frags than he does have years under his belt.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? He'll be true for probably for a while, I guess. He's got to build his way up there. Yeah, it's great. Seeing him already at sort of this stage, I think is crazy. Like, what that will do for his career, just in terms of the experience, like getting it this early on, like feeling out the whole atmosphere, it's pretty much invaluable. Now, 4 versus 4 at 33 seconds. Astralis on this map did cut the clock very low a couple of rounds, and I was kind of freaking out about that. I'm also freaking out a little bit here for Complexity. The bomb is making its way back. It just made its way up into the yard at 20 seconds. This is kind of an all or nothing right here. If they get stopped at any moment getting in here, it's going to get real rough. Def is up on the high ground. He's going to get that kill on Apex, but he did take Shazam with him before, so maybe a second late. Now 11 seconds, Ricky. Going to try and make his way around. There's NBK, but they must put that bomb down. DAY2 in a 1 versus 2. Flick on 1, get the deagle shot, and it's so close. There are no grenades on him. That's a big deal. If he could have picked up like anything on the ground here, that would have really made a difference. Now it is Def up there, and DAY2 taps the bomb a single time. Def wants to go for the peak, just his head, Jordan.
Oh, he wasn't sure.
It's so close, isn't it? Still being faked out, and that's the shot. He is so quick with it, and that's going to be round number 14 here for Vitality.
Waiting for him to make a mistake. He knows he puts the fear of God in everyone in a 1v1. He's like, if I touch this bomb, you're going to face. So you're too scared. And I thought Def would maybe play with him a little bit. He's been great in the clutches today, but apparently not. It's going to be 14-8 now.
Well, also, nobody wants to be the guy who's holding upper as the bomb gets defused in front of you.
That's a good point, yeah. No one wants that responsibility, the full defuse, and you didn't even challenge. Just like, oh.
I think somebody said Device punched his monitor earlier when that happened on Nuke game.
Oh, really?
I didn't catch that, but
I didn't catch it either.
Maybe we get a replay. One last replay. 14-8. 23rd round here. Pretty good timing on the smoke. Are they going to try and come through anyway? Def taking a lot of damage and eventually gets grenaded down. DAY2 gets the leg shot on Obo in spite of being completely blind. Oh, the grenade is... Oh, he does actually dodge it. It takes a little bit of damage, and DAY2's going to get finally run down. Alex down here with the orb. It's just a full-on rush here. They're just never going to stop, it seems. Alex does his best, and the follow-up from Apex is beautiful as well. They're doing this Vitality. They're really doing a good job.
This was the haymaker. This is the knockout punch. Ricky will have such a little chance of doing it. I'm not saying this one's impossible, but
go on, Henry.
It's not far from it. I'll say that much. He'll have to do something incredible. He challenges, down he goes. It's 7 series points now for Vitality. As we head into round number 24, could be the last round. No plant there. Money's going to be incredibly thin. Mac 10 to come out. That's in the hands of Sick.
That's Mac 10s with a K.
Is it?
It's very inside, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, God, yes. Sorry.
There's only three people in the world who
that in-joke you just made even took me a while to get there, and sure, that just shows you how tenuous that really is. The in-joke I think Jason know about, yeah, you've dropped out on the broadcast. anyway. The upper rush, the desperate last attempt, RPK looking to send them home. It's a back and forth affair at least, but MBK maintains the advantage. Bomb down, I think we're out of here. Def to clutch it out, not gonna happen. 16-8, Vitality have booked themselves a place in the playoffs. Commiseration is complexity. They came here with a new player, a new in-game leader, and they've shown the world that they can compete. They can keep up with the big boys. It's gonna take some time, but,
Yes.
but they're a scary squad. They've got a lot of talent there.
Yeah, build the depth in the map pool, right? Like, make sure you get more maps in there so you can have a better pick in a best of 3. That's definitely huge. But again, thinking about what this team has been through overall, it's kind of crazy that they're sort of keeping the line and still on the rails. So yeah, I'm super impressed by complexity in this tournament. I did not expect them to get this far in. So job well done. Vitality, though, really, I mean, hard fight there on Dust 2. On Nuke, they look pretty good. They really, I mean, Apex at the end of 27 kills. Obviously, would love more screaming tomorrow. I really think we can.
Oh, you're going to get more of that when the crowd's in here as well.
Yeah.
Like, UK might not have much going in terms of CS, but the crowds, they deliver, Anders. There's going to be a lot of screaming, a lot of fun, and a lot of anticipation for tomorrow's games.
But also, hold on. I mean, not much going, but we had Definite, we got Alex, we got 2 UK players, and one of them did make it through.
Yeah.
So
well, one of them had to make it through. There was one on either side.
Yes.
So there was always going to be one.
Stack the odds right there.
That's true. So we are going to have Alex there. He is a British citizen, so he will be flying the flag, the only one in that tomorrow.
I appreciate it, though. I think it's a good start, good beginning. We're starting to see more and more of the British making it out. It's interesting how they end up in different countries too.
It's because there's no teams to like learn from at this point. If you're a young player making your way through, you do not want to be necessarily stuck in a UK team. Like you'd ideally like to go learn for someone like Complexity and learn for some greats.
They need to like venture out and then come back and
that was the plan with Def.
Yes.
Like I've always said, when Def was there, after a couple of years, you come back and make the UK team, but you wouldn't want to leave this organization. Now, Complexity, owned by the Dallas Cowboys and everything like that, like you want to stay under that kind of house itself. Either way, that's enough of our nonsense. We're going to throw it down to Sue with the winner's interview.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, Alex. You and the team are back in the semifinals since Beyond the Summit. It's great to see the team continuing its consistency in the top placements. How do you feel about that?
We're happy. Obviously, we didn't come to go out in groups, so yeah. Hopefully we can build on this and go all the way.
For sure, and it was a 2-0 over Complexity, and I think a lot of people were shocked earlier today when we saw that they took down MIBR. When you first saw that result, what was your reaction? And, I mean, did you even expect you'd be going up against them?
No, not at all. We were actually, it was like, when they were playing this morning, we were watching MIBR's demos. Like, we saw it was like 12-2, and we're like, okay, we need to start watching Complexity's demos. Like, we hadn't planned at all to play against them. And, I mean, they played well and beat them, so yeah.
When you say, okay, now we need to actually start watching because you hadn't been planning against them, based on what you saw, was there any sort of expectations or preparation that you had?
Well, we didn't expect them to pick Dust 2 because we beat them on it yesterday, obviously. So we knew when they picked Dust 2, which was like 10 minutes before the game, that they had a plan against us. So we just had to work out what it was and deal with it, which I think we did all right on. And then going into Nuke, I don't think they'd played it much or at all, obviously with 1 week's preparation, so it went as we expected.
Now, last question for you. It's going to be Energy that you're going up against next. Obviously, they've looked really strong at this tournament, really impressing a lot of people. Personally, for yourself, what are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a good game. We beat them at Summit, and they beat us at Shanghai. So it's going to be, who's going to be in the lead of the best of threes now. I'm looking forward to playing in front of my home crowd, obviously being English. And hopefully we can win.
I think you'll have a lot of fans tomorrow. Congratulations once again, guys. We are going to take a breather over here, but when we come back, let's break down that series.
Introducing the ECS Premium Pass. The unique viewing experience allows you to get further into the action. It enables you to focus on any player within the game and even the ECS official observer. Subscribers will have access to interactive HUD, detailed statistics on all players and an improved minimap, and much more. All Faceit TV Twitch subscribers will receive full access to 11 additional streams for the ultimate CS viewing experience. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now for only $4.99 and watch CS the way you want to.
Low lights, blue
And then there were 4. Vitality are the final team to be heading to our semi-final tomorrow. And we finally got a prediction right up here. I am very happy about that. How are you guys feeling after that last match?
I'm just happy on my own behalf. I don't really care about Vitality winning. They can win, go to the semi-final. We got a prediction right, Matthew.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes it
important
doesn't.
thing to focus on.
like even a broken clock is right twice a day, is what they say. I know.
I mean, you're from
And that's
Switzerland.
how many times I've been right today. Only 2. So that applies very
you're
much
new
to
for
me.
it,
But,
right? You're
yeah,
excused.
exactly. I'm new to this business. But yeah, definitely a fantastic day of matches all round. But
Sure.
obviously we're here to break down that last map against Vitality versus Complexity. Obviously, Vitality's pick there with Nuke. So kind of expected from them.
On a serious note, Vitality can be proud, they can be happy. They were by far the better playing team here, especially on Nuke. I think that was showcased a lot. We talked about Dust2 being this map of puck Counter-Strike, and I think there was a fair statement to assess to that map. It was a little bit back and forth, and I honestly think that Complexity, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill, they could have taken that map, and we could have seen ourselves in a third map situation. But on Nuke, there was no doubt that Vitality were the better team. I think we got to see Saivu with some great plays as well, and we saw that the foundation of Vitality is strong enough to deal with a team that currently is in a state of rebuilding the entire lineup. So kudos to Complexity for making it competitive, but the right team won in the end.
Definitely. I mean, they had to win Dust2. We knew it was a given if they wanted to make it a competitive series. The fact that Vitality went up 6-2, they just had too much of a lead at the beginning.
Well, yeah, that's totally true. And obviously, we got all these lovely highlights of the final match of the day. Before the crowd come in, brought to you by NVIDIA. And of course, there's so much to be breaking down in that last matchup. Obviously, we came back between the maps there, and it's kind of what we expected, really. Obviously, Apex having a standout performance there, as you can see on this scoreboard.
Yeah, Apex had a great game. I think it's hard to single one person aside of Vitality. I feel like everyone was activated. NBK had a chill series, but it doesn't really matter. The job is done. They survived Dust2, then they comfortably win Nuke. I guess that the key factor here was Vitality had a really great start on the T side. And this has very big consequences when you play Nuke. And especially for Complexity, a team that, as Alex said, probably didn't have that much time to put on Nuke with that roster. So when you start on the CT side, you drop the ball at the beginning, you're under a lot of pressure. When they switched over to the second half, you could see, I mean, Complexity, they didn't have any answer. They were trying to push inside on like one pop flash and going in. And what happened is if you don't find the opening, that's basically it. They didn't have any fallback plan or gimmicky move that they could use to surprise Vitality. As soon as the French had the money and the control, that was it.
I definitely agree, and it's to be expected as well when you consider the lineup of Complexity. They most recently changed their in-game leader. Stanislaw is no longer part of this lineup. Def is the new in-game leader. He was doing a good job against MIBR, but there's only so much you can do with a new team, and I think Nuke is one of the most punishing maps when you come into, as you said, a situation where you're facing a team that knows how to play Nuke on a high level. What are you going to fall back on? You don't have any stretch, you don't have a deep playbook, you don't have anything. Obo did it fine, Def did a fine series himself as well, but as a team, Complexity is not there yet, and that is to be expected. So let's not be, disrespectful to them. I think they did a great showing here. They were able to beat and knock MIBR out of the tournament, and that's a big accomplishment. For now, though, harvest on that, make sure that you come into the next tournament feeling better, and maybe Def is the new in-game leader of Complexity, and maybe Obo is going to keep this level up, and then we can talk about them being a legit team at the next coming tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can't stress enough how much Complexity have really surpassed our expectations of it. You said about knocking MIBR out of the running, a team that actually Chad said he expected to be in the grand final,
well,
even
Chad
winning
is a little
this
bit,
tournament.
so
Chad sometimes says stuff.
And I mean, he said that and Astralis, which, I mean, if you just said that before coming into the tournament, you would have been like, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's exactly what the Season 6 final was, right? Why can't it be like this here? And evidently not. We have got a great Final Four, I think, going into tomorrow. You do not want to be missing out on that. We've got 4 fabulous teams, including Vitality as our last qualified team.
Nobody would have expected that, right? We have North, NRG winning their groups respectively. I think NRG is the big surprise here. North as well coming in and playing some decent Counter-Strike. They really outmatched Vitality yesterday. So we have some teams that we may not have expected to be in the positions they're in right now. Add that up with Fury and now Vitality coming in to fight those teams. I think, as you said, tomorrow is going to be a bang of a day.
Yeah, it is a surprising playoff. Let's put it this way, right? But this is Counter-Strike, and I think it's refreshing to know that there is no team right now that is safe. You have Liquid and ENCE. I think they're up there on the mountain. They're looking down on us, trying to play Counter-Strike, and they have everything figured out. But then Astralis, obviously, historical fail. You have to put it this way. I hate to do it, but you have to. MIB are obviously dropping the ball. And now you have North and Energy. That's pretty exciting. North, I think, are finding their footage slowly but surely. In Dallas, they were a little bit lackluster. They didn't really have an identity when they were playing, but I think they worked in between, or they figured out what they did wrong, and they come in here with a better face, a better standing. And NRG, surprisingly, I don't know how much weight I should put in that 2-0 versus Furia. I'm going to be honest. I still have my reservation when it comes to NRG, but exciting day anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And before we head into wrapping this day up, we have got to head into our final HyperX X Factor of the match. And of course, it is our star player, I think it's fair to say, ZywOo, in a lovely 1v3 on the first half of Nuke. Let's get into this one.
He's a pretty good player, isn't he? I know we talk a lot about him, but he's making these plays at every single event he goes to. It's like a simple. I'm dead serious now, because we talk about him, you know, maybe or maybe not being able to challenge a guy like Simple, the greatest Counter-Strike player to play the game right now. But ZywOo is constantly, oh my goodness.
I mean, that should have been the X Factor of the match there.
It really is.
Apex's noises.
But ZywOo is constantly making these plays. He's constantly making a case for himself that you could consider him one of the best in the world. A clutch like this, that's something me and Maniac could hope to do once, you know, every half year.
I did many of them in my time.
That's a lie.
That's a long time ago.
I didn't, and I'm better than you.
Everything he knows.
But I mean, he does it over and over again. He's making a solid case that ZywOo could potentially be one of the best players in the world, maybe already this year.
He's on his way. Let's put it this way. But I think what is very impressive with ZywOo is that he plays like a player that have been playing CS for 15 years. I think that is what is crazy when he's in a clutch, and you could see in that X Factor we just had, his awareness of the situation. He gets the first frag, he realizes on his right is the next danger, he picks him, and then he plays. He has it all figured out. And you're not supposed to be when you're a player like Obo, for example. Obo, very aggressive, a lot of skill, obviously makes a lot of impact on the server, but then you don't expect this rookie to have it all understood. They know the plan. 1 versus 3, he always knows what he's doing. So he has the whole package to me. ZywOo is the whole package. Obviously, he needs to blossom, but...
A quick point, you know, just to follow up on that, because I agree. I think people sometimes forget that ZywOo has not been a professional Counter-Strike player on this level for especially long, right? He's still fairly unexperienced, but as you're saying, and as you're describing, he's playing with a matureness that you can't really find anywhere. And that's just another asset to his skill set. Despite that, he's one of the greatest aimer. He is a great clutcher, and he has a team that is actually formed around him. So ZywOo, for the best player in 2019 and 2020, it may not be that unrealistic as some people may think.
Yeah, well, just to pick up on that, his first time performing on a stage in front of a crowd was at the show match here for the Face It London Major, which was just over 6 months. Well, actually, no, 9 months ago. God, this year is going fast. That's pretty scary. But still, that is a pretty.
You're getting old,
no mean feat. Yeah, I am. Let's not touch on that. Let's not touch on that, Pimp. Well, we're going to move straight on to our Group A bracket to have a look at that and see how that has wrapped up at the end of today. We've had some incredible matches, and it's totally turned on its head, right? We've got NRG and Furia qualifying over Astralis now.
I feel like we have surprises on top of surprises, right? Try and make sense of what we're looking at. So Furia started the day surprising Astralis. What? Yes, it did happen. And then Furia, they went on to play against NRG and then dropped the ball. So at this point, you are confused, I am confused, everyone is confused. NRG making it to semifinal, and then Furia, who disappointed us a little bit against NRG, go on to win this historical best of 3 versus Astralis. And then I'm just left here like, oh, okay, I understand.
There's one team we haven't talked a lot about, and that's maybe rightfully so, NIP.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that they got dismantled by an Astralis that is playing some of the worst Counter-Strike ever. Where does that leave them? We did see Get Right do the vetoes today. We did see Get Right sitting in the middle today. Something have changed when the NIP came, because they were a team that were on the rise coming into Dallas. Obviously in Dallas, they couldn't play with Dennis because of some Esther issues. He wasn't allowed to travel into the country. Coming into this tournament, you'd figure, all right, what they didn't get to show us in Dallas, maybe they can show it here. But NIP was very lackluster. They lost clearly to a team like Astralis. They lost clearly to NRG. Two teams you'd expect them in current form at least to be able to put up a fight against. So NIP gotta be the biggest disappointment for me so far in this Group A.
Yep, and moving on to our Group B bracket as well. There were, again, some surprises there. MIBR not making it to the qualified teams for the semi-final. Vitality, I mean, they put up a stellar performance, right? I don't think it's necessarily surprising that they're there. And also North, they looked pretty strong as well. So, I mean, it was a strong group, I would say. Overall.
Yeah, North is a good surprise for me. As I said, in Dallas, they showed great things. They showed a little bit worse things. They come here with a great face, qualify straight to the semi-final. Vitality, by making it to the playoff, to me, are confirmed their current situation. They are a playoff team now, and it is quite new for them. I think it's obviously their win at Beyond the Summit kind of solidified their position, but they had to do it events after events, and now they've done it. And MIBR, I think we have to take a second to realize the nightmare, there's no word for that, the nightmare that was this event, up 14-3 against North, dropping the first map, and then what happens? If you win 16-3, we're probably not here talking about them being eliminated and then dropping a best of 3 to Complexity.
It's unacceptable. Let's be honest about it. I'm very, harsh on them, and I think they should be harsh on themselves too. MIBR is a team that you'd expect would be able to compete against the teams that you're watching right now on your screen. The fact that the only thing they got to show us throughout this entire tournament was a great CT half against North, only to drop the ball, lose the game, go down in the lower bracket, and die to Complexity. Simply not good enough. They were complaining about being very stressed, traveling too much, playing too many tournaments. That's why they didn't perform, which is a fair excuse. I can definitely follow that. It has been a rough year and a rough beginning to the year for them. But coming into this tournament, they had more than a month off. They could prepare as much as they wanted to. They could practice as much as they wanted to. And all they did this tournament was showing one good side, CT half on Inferno against North, only to drop the game anyway. Simply not good enough when you're considered, or should be considered, one of the best in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to take a look at our championship bracket for tomorrow. The really exciting part is yet to come. Obviously, we're going to have the crowd filling up this arena, which I am so excited for. And we've got two pretty damn good games coming up. We've got NRG versus Vitality, and then we've got North versus Furia, both best of threes. And then that will feed straight into our grand final. So we're going to have a look at our schedule for tomorrow as well, which will show you what exactly is going down at what time. So obviously 3 p.m? 1 p.m. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
1 p.m. We're going to be starting off with North versus Furia, and then it's at 4 p.m. BST for NRG versus Vitality. So we've got some really good games going on tomorrow. Honestly, I'm surprised, but pleasantly surprised, right?
Yep.
It's been a really good showing. It's been some quality Counter-Strike going on. I don't think we can ask for more than that, right?
No, it was a great day of Counter-Strike. I mean, being surprised is a good thing. If we always showed up to the desk saying, listen, the numbers say this team is going to win and this team is always winning, then that takes out the fun. So I like that craziness. And I was just contemplating the fact that Furia actually have a legit shot at winning this event. That would be insane if you consider the rise. And the pace at which they have risen right now in Counter-Strike, they are, I think, in contention for winning this tournament.
And you know what's a fun thing about that matchup North between Furia? There's a legit case to be made that Furia could call themselves the best Brazilian team right now. And potentially, if North went on to win this entire thing...
Don't say it. Don't do it, Jacob.
There's a legit case to be made that North, maybe not now, but in the future, could challenge Astralis for being the best Danish team. And I know we're talking Astralis, we're talking the best team in the world, potentially the best team to ever touch Counter-Strike. If there's anything that would mess with their heads, would be if North won this one and actually closed in on the gap, to Astralis. I know being a Dane, being a, let's call you French at this time.
Go ahead, it's fine. It's all right.
That local rivalry, that means a lot. Even though Astralis have won it all, they don't want to be taken over by a team like North. They want to make sure that they stay on top. So North have a really big opportunity here, sticking in, what is it called, like a pin to the wheel or something like that.
Well, why not? I understand the idea.
He understands the idea. Everyone else understands the idea. All I'm saying is that Furia really have a legit case of making it to the best Brazilian team North could be in the future. This is a match that means a lot to both of them. They go to the final if they win it. I mean, it's fun, as you said, sometimes not to have the Astralis, not to have the MIBRs coming into the semi-finals.
Yeah, well, we're going to be finding out all the answers to that and many more tomorrow as we are back here for our semi-finals. I think all there is left to say is thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me up on this desk for the second day of ECS Season 7. We will be back tomorrow for our semi-finals. You don't want to miss it. Good night.